Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Gear and Gadget Reviews. I am Brian and I got a really cool gadget to review on this video. In case you folks didn't know, I do have a second YouTube channel where I do a lot of giveaways and camping and DIY stuff. I was getting a care package put together for a giveaway, and there's a gadget that I'm giving away that I think deserves its own video because it is so darn cool. And I want to show it to you guys right now. This is the Olight Olantern Classic 2 Pro. And this is one heck of a little gadget. So hence the name Gear and Gadget Reviews. I think this is a good fit for this channel, which is why I created it, because I love doing reviews on little things like this. And Olight contacted me and asked if I wanted to do a review on one of their products, and I love Olight stuff. Their flashlights are amazing. So they sent me this. And I was a little bit bummed at first, to be completely honest, because I wanted a flashlight. But after I played around with this thing, this is absolutely just super cool. So let's just get it out of the box and I'll show you why I think it's so neat. But it's, again, it's Olight, so you know it's a darn good product. These things are built like tanks, and this is no exception. So in the top, you're just gonna get a little packet, a little box with the instructions and nothing special, and a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. And now for the good part. So I've got a lot of lanterns for camping, and they're all just kind of plastic, boring lanterns that, you know, provide light, but there's nothing special about them. This thing, on the other hand, it's just so cool. So I wanted to show you folks what this is and get this out of the way. So to start off with, this thing is all metal. It's hefty. The glass, the dome here is glass. It's not plastic. This is a glass enclosure inside this lantern. And you can use the Olight magnetic charging cord if you have one, or you can charge it up via USB-C right there. Now the cool thing is, this is also a little power bank too. So you can plug in a USB-A and charge your phone, or you can use a USB-C power delivery cable and charge something up as well. So this USB-C cable is bi-directional. It'll charge it and it'll output whatever you want to charge up. And it does have that little rubber flap that covers up all the charging ports. So this thing is IPX5 water resistant rating, so you can get this thing splashed from all different areas and it'll be fine. You can't submerge it in water, but if you're out camping and it starts to rain, it'll be fine. You can see it's got a little bail handle. It's got some plasticky rubber over molding on the top. You can hang it if you want. It's got a little clip that you can hang this lantern from. And it's got one dial that does all of the functions. What sets this thing apart from every other camping lantern that I have is that it's got two different temperatures of light. It's got an orange light and a white light. And I didn't think I would like the orange light, but I tell you what, it throws off the best ambient, non-obtrusive type light that you can imagine, because it's not bright and it doesn't burn your eyes. But if you just slowly turn this knob right here in the front, you'll hear it click, maybe. It just puts out what they call the orange light. And this thing right here, as soon as you click it, as soon as these orange lights turn on, that is going to be the orange low mode, or 10 lumens. So the lowest setting on this orange light is going to be 10 lumens. And you can see up top, there are LEDs up in the base, and there's LEDs in this, what looks like an Edison style bulb. They're LEDs, but it looks like an Edison style filament bulb. And on this setting, you can get 180 hours off of this. That's a long time. So 180 hours off the lowest mode. You can slowly turn this dial up, and I'll show this to you at night so you can get a better idea of it. But when you slowly start to turn this thing up, it ramps up real slow, and you can get all the way up to the highest orange light. Now this is the orange high, and you're going to get 130 lumens or 23 hours worth of runtime off of this high orange setting. But the cool thing is, you can continue to turn this knob, and it's going to completely switch lighting, essentially. So just keep turning it, and that orange is going to dim, and you're going to get your white LEDs that start to cut on underneath that lid. And the low white LED setting is going to be 130 lumens or 35 hours worth of runtime on the lowest white LED setting. And just like the orange setting, you can continue to turn this knob, and it just continues to get brighter, and you can stop it in between wherever you like, you know, the light output. But you can go all the way up to the top. And this thing is cranked up to the highest it can get. This setting, the highest white setting, is 300 lumens. Now after 20 minutes, this thing will automatically start to step down, so it conserves the battery a little bit, but this is 300 lumens if you need it. So after 20 minutes, it's gonna step down to 200 lumens, and you're gonna get 480 minutes of runtime off of that setting. Now, once that's up, if you still have it turned on, it's gonna step down again to 150 lumens, and you're gonna get 1,000 minutes of runtime off of this. So that is absolutely just amazing. And I hope that this camera is doing this thing justice, but it's all metal construction, all glass globe. It looks like an Edison style bulb. And I actually really, really like this orange light. So I'm gonna turn the whites off and get those orange lights to start glowing. But I just think that's the coolest little light in the entire world. And I'm going to be using this in my truck camper, my new truck camper, when I start to build it. It's just a sweet little light. I was surprised how much I actually would end up liking it, and this is going in a giveaway box on my main channel, so keep an eye out for that. But I just thought this deserved its own detailed video because this thing is so cool. And you can, if you're gonna use this as a charging bank, you can plug in your phone and the light will still stay on. So you can do both. You can charge a device and this light will still be on, as long as it's got enough battery internally to keep both of them running, but it will serve as a light and a charging station if you want. Let me actually close this garage door and get this area a little bit darker so you can see what this light actually looks like. Okay, so hopefully this will help depict it a little bit better, but I'm gonna slowly turn it on to the orange, and that's low. Again, that's 10 lumens right there of orange light. And if you slowly start to crank it up right before you get into the white LEDs, that's going to be the highest orange setting, which really looks like a true lantern. You know, if an oil-filled burning lantern, it really does have that nice orangey yellowish glow to it. And that's going to be your 130 lumens, or a total of 23 hours of runtime on this thing. So we can crank it up and get that orange light out of the way, and those whites will start to take over. And that's the lowest white setting, 130 lumens, 35 hours worth of runtime on that. Continue to turn this thing all the way up, and that's where you're going to get your highest lumens. That's 300 lumens. But my favorite's the orange part. I really love these orange lights, which surprises me. Let's get it back down to that. You better look at that. So there you go. This is the Olight Classic 2 Pro. Just a cool little light. So that's just a quick review over this little Olight lantern. In case you guys didn't even know that they had anything like this, because I didn't. I thought they were only dealing in flashlights and like the weapons mounted lights and stuff like that. Had no idea they had anything like this. And it turns out it might be one of my more favorite Olight products that I have, just because of the functionality of it and the coolness factor. And it's perfect for the back of my truck, or like in your RV next to the nightstand or next to your bed or whatever. I don't know where you want to put it, but I just thought it was really cool because it's just a nice ambient light. It's not overpowering. And it's just an overall cool little light. So guys, go check out my main channel because I will be giving this thing away for absolutely free on an upcoming video. But I thought it deserved its own video because it was so cool. I didn't want to just do a quick rundown over this little light because it's one of my more favorite items that I've been giving away. So guys, check that out. So guys, this is the Olight Olantern Classic 2 Pro. Pretty sweet little gadget.